The 9 to 5 was never designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to make you predictable, replaceable, controllable. For decades, it worked. Not because it created freedom, but because people believed stability was safety. That belief is now collapsing. Quietly, relentlessly. The death of the 9 to 5 has begun. The 9 to 5 is a system built on linear exchange. Time for money, hours for permission. You show up. You perform a narrow task. You get paid just enough to return tomorrow. This model assumes the world is stable, that industries move slowly, that skills age gracefully. None of that is true anymore. Technology accelerated capital velocity. Information became leverage, and linear labor lost its advantage. What once felt secure now feels fragile, and fragility always reveals the next fracture. The illusion of job security. A paycheck feels reliable, until it isn't. The modern economy does not reward loyalty. It rewards adaptability. Roles disappear faster than people can retrain. Entire industries compress overnight, and the risk you thought you avoided quietly accumulates in the background. This is asymmetric risk in reverse. Limited upside, unlimited downside. You gain predictability, but sacrifice optionality. And optionality is the foundation of wealth. When opportunity shrinks, exposure grows, which leads directly to the psychological barrier most never confront, the fear of uncertainty. The 9 to 5 doesn't just pay you. It anesthetizes you. It removes the need to think independently, to allocate capital, to create leverage. In exchange, it offers routine, structure, certainty. But certainty comes at a price. It conditions the mind to avoid risk, to mistake movement for progress, to confuse activity with value creation. Psychological barriers form slowly. You begin optimizing for comfort, not growth. And the longer you stay, the harder it becomes to imagine alternatives, until imagination itself atrophies. Which brings us to the real shift underway. The rise of leverage over labor. Wealth has always favored leverage. But now, leverage is accessible to individuals. Code scales infinitely. Media compounds attention. Equity multiplies outcomes. One decision, one asset, one system can outperform decades of salaried work. This doesn't mean everyone will succeed. It means the ceiling has moved. The 9 to 5 offers capped upside. Leverage offers uncapped potential. And in an economy driven by compounding effects, linear income becomes a disadvantage. Those who understand this early gain time. Those who don't, subsidize the system. Which leads to an uncomfortable truth. The 9 to 5 is not dying because it's immoral. It's dying because it's inefficient. Organizations are replacing roles with systems, processes with automation, presence with output. Work is no longer about where you are, but what you produce. And production favors ownership, not attendance. The future belongs to those who control assets, not just tasks. Skills that cannot be leveraged will be commoditized. Effort without ownership will be discounted. This isn't a warning. It's a pattern repeating throughout history. And every pattern ends the same way. Adaptation or irrelevance. Those who survive transitions don't fight change. They position ahead of it. They increase their surface area for opportunity. They build skills that compound. They seek asymmetric bets. They accept short-term instability for long-term autonomy. This doesn't mean recklessness. It means responsibility. Responsibility for income, for growth, for decision-making. The 9 to 5 outsourced responsibility. The new economy demands its retain, and that demand will not negotiate. Which leaves us with a final reflection. The death of the 9 to 5 is not the end of work. It's the end of complacency. Some will cling to familiarity. Others will quietly reposition. Wealth will not be evenly distributed in this transition. It never is. It will flow toward those who understand leverage, who respect compounding, who move before consensus forms. The future will reward independence of thought, tolerance for uncertainty, and the courage to abandon obsolete structures. The question is no longer whether the 9 to 5 will survive. It's whether you will outgrow it, before it outgrows you. If this video added value, consider subscribing for more content on wealth, mindset, and long-term thinking. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.